All right.
Ayan. Alright, so solo ko na kayo. So everyone is aware of the significant potential of Philippine products in the global market. During our live stream, we aim to highlight the unique, profitable Philippine offerings that contribute to looking good, feeling good, and being good. In addition to being a certified digital expert enabler recognized by the International Trade Center, my role in this show is to prepare Philippine brands to the global market and help them capitalize their export potential. Based on my initial research, this is how my segments flows, no? Pero bago tayo mag-umpisa, syempre, tanong muna natin si Mr. Hill and Miss Michelle. Kadawan, are you both ready, madam and sir?
We're born ready.
Born
Excited and
ready!
ready.
Nice, great. So, we will actually go from, first muna is yung about the cultural significance ng produkto po ninyo. And then we will go to the real-time international market analysis. And then the third one is countries other than the Philippines where USA is importing your flagship product, which is the International Harmonized Systems Code na 560300. Plant-based, fibers leather, non-woven, whether or not impregnated, coated, covered, or laminated. That's the sabihin na natin very specific ano sa mga International Harmonized Systems Code. Then number 4 and lastly is yung export trade between of course the Philippines and the USA. So let's begin no. So yan. So, cultural significance muna. So, indigenous weaving tradition. So, lumalabas, itong produkto ninyo is a Filipino craftsmanship. So, maganda na ginawa ninyo to wherein kinombine na ninyo yung grass, no, yung banig and all of these things talagang nandun naman na sa ating tradition, no. Maganda yung ginawa nyo, ine-extend nyo lang at nagbibigay kayo ng bagong produkto na pwede nilang gamitin. Maganda yung ginawa po ninyo. In fact, this
Salamat.
is already a Spanish era heritage in leatherwork. So yung ginagawa po ninyo, hindi na po siya bago, pero what makes it new on this point in time is that you were able to innovate yung grass and you were able to use it for an alternative for a leather na organic, di ba? Normally yung cow yung ginagamit natin or whatever. So maganda po yun. That's second. The third one is sustainability innovations from nature. The Philippines has really had a deep tradition on using plant fibers. Nandyan yung abaca, fiber, banana, kugod, and now you are maximizing the grass. So ang ganda ng ginawa po ninyo yon. Ang galing ng idea ni Mr. Hill at ang galing ng suporta ni Miss Michelle sa kanyang dad, no? So maganda yon. And in fact, you're doing it with a cruelty-free flavor. Just imagine yung leather with a cow, di ba? So alam natin kung paano pinapatay yung cow. Pero dito, it's a grass. So talagang walang mga sabihin na nating kaluluwa yung cow na katulad ng cow natin, di ba? The fourth one is yung bayanihan. So I am deeply, touched nung sinabi ni Mr. Hill na they are doing a sabihin na nating community-based advocacy wherein he's creating job. Grabe, ang dami talagang doon palagi ako napapaiyak. Kaya nung narinig ko na nagki-create ng business and job si Mr. Hill, oh my God, we need to help Mr. Hill conquer the world, not only US, di ba? And lastly, symbol of resiliency and adaptability. So alam natin, no, Filipino plant-based leather embodies the country's resourcefulness, transforming local fibers into a durable, non-woven materials, and this appeals for looking for unique, high quality, and weather-resistant textile. So grabe, ang ganda nung cultural significance nung ginawa po ninyo. So of course, sabi nyo, Jeremy, now that you are embedded yung cultural significance ng produkto natin, ngayon is that we will actually focus yung kadat, no, leather, which is basically a biodegradable, nasabi na ninyo, sustainable alternative to from a plant, no, plant-based siya. And ang daming advantage nitong actually nung leather natin. But of course, ang importante ngayon is that yung mga importers natin na gustong bumili ng produkto nyo, naririnig pa lang nila, nakikita pa lang nila sa mga end product ng mismong sheet natin, no? Paano nila i-order ito? So, for those who would want to import these, is that make sure na maisulat nyo itong Harmonized Systems Code 5603, pero there's a additional numbers at the end, no, to end. Okay, the reason is that when I am actually researching the Harmonized Systems Code 5603, meron pala siyang dalawa na classification, no? One of which is that it's natural and the other one is synthetic. So later, i-expand natin to kung ano-ano tong mga to, no? So now, let's move forward. Did you know that the Harmonized Systems Code 5603 has an 8 types, no? 8 types. So may 4 na kategorya siya. Sa organic, ang kailangan nating maisulat is 5603, the 90 series. When I say 90 series is that it really depends on the weight nung kaniyang leather, no? Kasi ang usapan diyan is normally yarda, di ba? Isang metro ang usapan diyan, no? So titignan natin ngayon kung yung leather sheet ba ni Mr. Kadang na ipapagawa nyo sa kanya is more than 150 grams per square meter or within 70 to 150 and 25 to 70. And lastly, of course, is 25 and below. Okay, bakit napaka-importante yung weight? Kasi ito yung classification ng international standard. No, yung mga produkto na natural made na sa series ng 560390 series is basically nakategorize sila sa weight. So meaning to say, if you intend to use Mr. Kadang's leather, you have to tell him na pwede ba nating i-adjust yung weight so that pumasok sa ganitong category. Kasi it has a different use. Imagine nyo, no, yung sinasabi ni Mr. Kadang kanina na ang dami kasi siyang pwedeng gawin. So in fact, ito yung mga pwede nyong gawin. Structured handbags, stiffen hats, corset, shoe insoles, upholstery. Kapag ka 70 to 150, garments, handbag linings, hat lining. So marami talaga siya. Okay, sasabihin mo, Jeremy, what are these? Bakit may red, may nandyan si US, Germany, and China? These are the the countries that are actually using this Harmonized Systems Code kapag ka gusto nilang mag-import. So, case example natin, si 560392, itong dalawa, si USA at saka si China, dito sila nagko-concentrate. Ibig sabihin nun, dalawang country yan, no? Dito naman sa kabila, mapapansin mo, like I said kanina, bakit merong 5603 10 series? Because this is the synthetic side. So hindi yan, no? So basically, ang sinasabi natin, kasi ang major product ni Mr. Hill is basically the sheet itself, no? Yung fiber sheet. Yun yung talagang binibenta nila, hindi yung end product kung saan siya naging final. So there are 2 additional 4 classifications. Yun. Lumalabas, ang sinasabi niya is that kapag synthetic, normally, it's made from polypropylene, polyester, and nylon. Pero kapag ka natural fiber, which basically ito yung classification ng cotton, bamboo, hemp, viscose, and of course, yung grass na produkto ni Mr. Hill and Miss Michelle, no? So marami silang alternative. Ngayon, sasabihin ni Mr. Mr. Hill, pwede ba naming i-compete itong mga to? Definitely, ito yung mga possible na i-replace ng produkto nila, which is the 560311, 12, and then of course, itong tinatawag na 1.3, ito yung mga possible pa na in the future, no, yung innovations na ginagawa ni Mr. Hill, pwede niya talagang palitan lahat ng mga synthetic fiber na yan in the future. So, sobrang napaka-exciting yung laro ni Mr. Hill. So, syempre, just sabihin na yan, Jeremy, now that we know exactly what is our product, yung Harmonized Systems Code niya, then gusto nating malaman yung international market. So before I actually continue, let me tell the audience, our listener, and Mr. Hill and Ms. Michelle, what I'm using is the International Trade Center Market Analysis Tools. So basically, lahat ng mga countries ay nagre-report dito ng kanilang export and import, no? So kino-consolidate nila dito. And then they have this tool wherein they share it to the world, no? So para in a sense, kung gusto mong mag-export at pupunta ka sa US, makikita mo kaagad-agad kung may potential ba na market doon, may export potential ka ba doon. Gusto mo pumunta sa China, gusto mong pumunta sa ibang bansa, dito mo kukunin siya. Of course, we have to deep dive, no? Ngayon, so yung potential ng 5603 series na yon na produkto, a flagship product ni Mr. Hill is basically there are actually countries like US, swerte natin, number one na country na nangangailangan ng produkto natin. No? Next to it is Germany, China, Japan, Vietnam. Kapitbahay lang natin, kailangan din nila. Italy, UK, Canada, Poland, and France. And of course, di ba, itong produkto nyo, Mr. Hill, is a 90 billion market year on year. At tumataas ang demand ng mga ito kasi natural product yon. So, organic product yung ginagamit nyo. So, talagang sabihin na natin, dyan papunta ang mundo sa natural made product, no? Hindi na sila nagre-rely sa synthetic side, no? So, ngayon, sasabihin mo, Jeremy, I wanted to know, si Philippines, sino-sinong country na the same product ang pinapadalhan niya? To answer the question there is that number one nating pinupuntahan ng produkto ng 5603 series is basically Japan, of course France nandyan, and definitely US nandyan siya, Spain, Australia, India, Switzerland, Korea. Okay, hindi North Korea, South Korea. Okay, China and Hong Kong. Okay, diyan pumupunta, diyan ang may demand ng ating produkto made from the Philippines. But remember, kanina, worldwide yon. Kung gusto mong kumain ng mas malaking pie, I would suggest na pumunta ka sa international na laro. Okay? So, of course, maganda na rin na meron kang plan, no? Ngayon, tatargetin natin ang USA, no? So, ang maganda dun sa USA, we have already a support from Mr. Ferdinand, no? Through its emporium, no? So, meron na siyang network of retailers, distributors that could actually help you immediately distribute your product, no? So hindi ka na masyadong maghihirap-hirap pa. Pag pupunta tayo sa ibang bansa, yun, medyo yan yung mga challenges ng mga exporters natin. Sino ang magiging distributor? So ang laro doon is that hanapan ka ng ang hirap hanapin yung mga distributors. Lucky for us, number one market is US and then nandyan si Mr. Ferdinand. So let me now actually go to US. Saang bansa naman kinukuha ni US yung mga ganitong produkto? Number one is China. Good news in a way natin. Bakit good news? Kasi pinatungan niya ng tariff, di ba? Yung reciprocal tariff. So later, mapapansin niyo magkakaroon tayo ng additional sources of manufacturer na galing sa iba-ibang bansa. Kasi let me just mention you na 34% ngayon yung tariff para pumasok lang yung produkto ni China sa US. Papatawan siya ng 34 versus 17%. So, sasabihin na natin, wow, eto na yung katotohanan na nangyayari ngayon doon sa recently na disclosure ni Mr. President Trump, no, ng US. So, ang maganda nito is that we are on a very advantageous situation ngayon kasi isa tayo, we are probably the second in Asia na merong mababa, no, na tariff na hinatawan ni US sa atin. So basically yan yung mga magiging competition natin. Well, I would say at this point in time hindi na. Dati, yes, di ba? Dahil iba-iba yung structure ng tariff nila eh. Okay? Ang maganda naman ngayon dito is that we have to take advantage, no, kung itong scenario na to. Okay, so move forward tayo. Now, sasabihin natin, let's deep dive on the 560394. Bakit 560394? Because 150 grams and above muna yung analysis natin, no? Kasi like I said, different market kasi, meron yung different weight has a different market niche. Okay? So, pwedeng gumawa si Mr. Hill ng, okay, if you wanted a 150 gram above, ito yung presyo. If you wanted between 150 below up until 70 gram, ito yung presyo. 70 gram to 20 gram, ito yung presyo. 25 gram below, ito naman yung presyo niya. So, in short, mayroon siyang apat na pwedeng classifications na pwedeng gawin na ngayon. But I have concentrated to 150 gram per square meter yung usapan, per yarda. So ngayon, number one is si US. Okay? Meron ka namang 239 million na opportunity sa US to. Worldwide kasi, and forecast is between 2020 5 to 2028, roughly magkakaroon siya ng 90 billion worldwide demand. 90 billion US dollar no ang market mo. Dito sa US, meron tayong 239 million na opportunity. Number one ang US na sa produkto mo. Unfortunately, Philippines talaga nagdidip tayo yung pag-i-import yung pag-i-import nila sa Philippines bumababa. Dahil ba sa ayaw ng Philippines? Ayaw nila sa Philippines? The answer there is no. Walang nag-i-import. Ibig sabihin nun, may opportunity ka na ikunin mo yung buong market na yon. Okay, so huwag kang ma-despair. Ibig lang sabihin nun, isa ka sa dapat na kumain ng chunk na yon. Imagine that ang Philippines has a 0% as of this moment, no? As of 2025 doon sa USA. Opportunity, look at it on the other side, is 100% opportunity for Mr. Kadat na mag-export papunta sa US. In the first place, isa tayo sa pinakamababa yung tariff, and then you still have a very big opportunity in the US no na market. So sumobra man yung export mo sa kanila, okay lang kasi some of the countries na napatawan ng napakalaking tariff might highly likely to look for alternative countries that could actually help them export their product on a very low tariff, di ba? So Philippines is on a strategic pivot ngayon. So magandang laro ngayon natin, Mr. Hill. Okay, ngayon sasabihin mo, Jeremy, we are into sustainability. And did you know na ang US, meron ka ng 30 entities na pwede nating isa-isahing puntahan at i-promote nila with their all-out support sa'yo. Passionate silang na i-promote kasi sustainability product ka. So dito, meron na sa US na 30 entities na pwede nating pasyalan in the future no na magukuha. The good news, of course, is definitely sa e-commerce side and online payment, things like that, wala kang problema sa US kasi 92% of their citizens are already into the e-commerce, e-payment. So wala na tayong problema kung magkaroon man tayo ng marketplace, no, yung binubuo ni Mr. Ferdinand, or yung actual na mom and pop shop, Filipino mom and pop shop, doon mo i-display yan, huwag ka na mamblema. They can actually use e-payment kung sakasakali. Okay, so ngayon ang question is that at this point in time, kasi i-apply nila, although 4 days na lang, di ba? Kung sakasakaling gusto mong umabol at gusto mong makapag-export supposedly ngayon, nasa 0. Okay, yung dati. Ngayon, di ginawa niya, nag-uniform kasi siya. Okay, so dati-rati, nasa 0 tayo, pero ginawa niyang 17. It's okay. Kasi at the end of the day, habang tumatagal yung 17% na yan, lalabas na yan, i-review naman nila isa-isa. Okay, so they can retain at 17 or in the future, pag meron na tayong free trade agreement, baka maayos na naman nila yan, no? Bumalik sa 0. At this point in time kasi 0, no? So, no worries, naging 17, pero again, Philippines is the second lowest tariff, no? Ngayon, sasabihin mo, ay paano yan? Pwede ko bang i-hold yung pagpunta ko sa US? Hanap muna ako ng ibang bansa na pwede kong i-export yung produkto ko? The answer is definitely yes. And in fact, ang suggestion ko is that don't put all your eggs in one nest. Diba? So dapat i-spread mo talaga yan, yung portfolio mo na yan. No? So I would suggest na, probably China is a good one. You can go to Japan, Vietnam, Germany, or Indonesia. These are the countries that you might want to actually expand in the future. Other countries that you would want to expand your distribution, Mr. Hill and Miss Michelle, no? So far, so good, Miss Michelle? Ayan. Naku, mukhang nahirapan ata silang i-absorb yung 90 billion US dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Ayan, so far, so good, no? All right. Actually, that's the end of my presentation. I have to